Alright, to kick this video off, we got a beard for you guys today. It's gonna be like that. Let's get it. And right here, we just prepping the beard, picking it out, making sure it's at its full length before we get started with it. So right here, we're gonna pick up our Gold FX skeletal trimmers by Fabulous, and we're gonna get all the stubbles off his head, making his head nice and smooth. And then we're gonna follow up with the shaver at the end of the haircut. But right here, we just knocking down all the stubbles that we see on the top of his head. Shout out to the client, man. Shout out to Mo, man. They got their own YouTube channel. Him, Cadillac Red, my man Short. So go check them out, man, at Supreme Beast Boxing Talk on YouTube. They got great content for you guys for boxing, upcoming, fights, past fights, and, fights that people want to see. So yeah, man, go check them out, man. They real dope with it. And they interview all types of different boxers also. And it's great content. So go ahead and check them out for sure. But yeah, man, right here we just still cleaning the head off, making sure everything is nice and smooth, getting all those stubbles off the way. And now we gonna do the back of the beard line. I apologize for the camera angle. I'm still new to this YouTube thing, guys. So, but best believe I will have better camera angles for you guys. I know it's kind of hard to see what I'm doing right here, but right here I'm just going straight down the back of the beard and getting it nice and sharp. And yeah, man, so I apologize for the camera angles again. I will have better camera angles, I promise. And right here, to help me get a visual of where my client wants his beard line to actually be, I'm gonna outline it first, and I'm gonna use the corner of my trimmers to get it nice and sharp, and to leave a little bit of hair right above the beard line. And I'm gonna go back over that to get that out, knock that out the way with the razor later on. But to get an idea of where my line should be, I'm gonna outline it first and then come back with the razor to knock that excess hair out the way. Now you guys can see what I was talking about with the excess hair on top of the beard line is where you can clearly see. And now we just, trimming up the mustache, making it sure that it's, where my client wants it to be at. And we're just gonna do the same thing on the other side. We're just gonna go down the back of the beard, straight up and down, nothing too crazy, and repeat the same process on this side. But yeah, now y'all get to see what I was doing from the other side, and we just framing out the beard. We just framing it out, getting it where we want it to be, and we gonna make this thing right. Now we just gonna hit the line that's on top of the lip, making sure that's good, making sure we're knocking off the little hairs over top of the lip that's hanging over, and we getting this beard where it needs to be. Now I'm applying shaving gel on the upper lip. This area can be very coarse and very sensitive, so we definitely want to apply some shaving gel to this area. So now we get the razor and we put that extra sauce to the beard line up, making it nice and crispy, getting that excess hair off the cheek, and we just making it, that much detail with this haircut, man. And you see right here how I pulled the skin with my opposite thumb, stretching the skin and holding my razor at a 45-degree angle. That is very important on shaving, because if you don't pull that skin and you go in there with that razor, you definitely gonna cut somebody. It's definitely happened to the best of them, but definitely pull that skin always, guys, because man, you do not want that to happen. You do not want anybody to get nicked or cut. It just looks bad. So remember, always stretch the skin. And don't be afraid to instruct your clients to, help you out a little bit by, pulling down the lip, making sure they keep it nice and tight. That way you can go in those small areas around the lip, getting every little, strand of hair that you see with the razor or even the trimmers. But yeah, instruct your clients, man. Don't be afraid to, tell them, exactly what you want them to do. And it's very important that you go over your lines more than once, guys. You're not going to get it right on the first try. So keep going over your lines, keep going over your edge ups with the razor, man, and getting the thing as sharp as possible. The best, like Get Bean, Chris Basio, Matt Gifted Hands, they're always saying repeat your process, go over your work, make sure everything is clean. All right, so guys, make sure you do the same thing when you're doing these haircuts and beards, man. Keep going over your work. Now we are picking out the beard, making sure that the beard is stretched out to its fullest potential. Then we're gonna pick up our wall magic clips and get all the loose, straggly hairs, roach hairs is what they call them. Those little hairs that stick out more, and we just cleaning up the beard, making sure all those are gone. That way the beard looks nice and trimmed and clean. And you guys must have a steady hand doing this. This process is very, very important on staying steady with your hand and making sure you're not digging in to the beard. Because if you dig in, man, you're going to mess everything up. You're going to mess the whole haircut up. And you don't want that. So stay on top of the beard as much as possible. Make sure you go over it more than once also in this process as well. And be gentle, be very, very gentle, be flat with your clipper, and get those little hairs on top of the beard. Do not dig in. Now right here, we're still getting those loose hairs underneath of the beard and on the side of the beard. And be cautious of not digging in too deep and giving the beard its shape and form. And right here, man, we just doing the same thing like we did on the other side. Whatever you do to one side, you do to the other. And remembering not to go too far in getting the straggly hairs, and giving it the beard its form. And yeah, we just going over once more, always going over our work, getting the bottom of the beard as well, and just, making sure, everything is even on both sides in the mirror, and going from there. Guys, make sure if you do using a towel for the contrast of a beard, make sure it's tied up. It just dropped on my client, and that's my fault. I didn't make sure it was tied up, but definitely make sure it's tied up, guys. And that's the life of a barber, man. So make sure, if you're using a towel, make sure you definitely tie it up in the back. That way it's not, falling constantly and, having to retie it over and over again. Make sure it's tied up the first time. So right here, man, we just, looking over everything. If you need to, go ahead and tighten it up like I'm doing right now. Picking up my trimmers, seeing something that I missed, and just cleaning it up. Now I got my single full shaver by Babulous, and I'm just cleaning up, making sure everything's nice and smooth, making sure it's razor smooth, and just going over everything. You know what I mean? Just hitting the head all the way around, making sure that's nice and bald, getting all that stubble out the way. And yeah, man, we just cleaning up everything. He gonna come out of the chair looking right, so make sure everything is cleaned up, and definitely go over your work. And yeah, clients definitely appreciate you taking your time, making sure everything's right, going over your work and stuff like that. So don't be afraid to go over your work, hit things that you missed, and get it out the way. Clients really do appreciate that. Now we just dusting them off right here, handing them the mirror. Hey, look like a brand new man, and that's what we wanted. Now it's all about doing the cleanup, and part of that, is to hit them with some sea breeze, and hit them with some oil sheen for the shine, for the bald head, make it nice and glistening, so when he hits the sunlight, they're gonna be like, dang, he got a nice bald head. So yeah, and then get those neck hairs that's underneath the neck strip, make sure all that is cleaned up. And clients do pay attention to that, guys, so make sure that you clean up all that neck hair. Yeah, man, this is the end of the cut. My man came in, needed a cut, I gave it to him, and now he's ready to do whatever. You can follow me on Facebook and Instagram. It's Sheem the Barber. I'm out.